Hey everyone, it's Wesley back with you from Core 4 Sports, and today I'm going to be doing a Rose Bowl college football playoff preview between Alabama and Notre Dame. As it stands right now, Alabama is the unheralded top team in the country, and everyone agrees. No one is doubting Alabama's success, and no one is doubting that they should be in the position that they are in as the best team in the country. Notre Dame, however, comes into this game with a lot of scrutiny. A lot of people thought Notre Dame should not get in the game compared to other teams like Cincinnati or even a Texas A&M team. And Notre Dame comes in after winning all of their games except losing to Clemson in their conference championship, and not just losing but getting blown out. As we all know, Alabama boasts their offensive trio of Mac Jones, Devonta Smith, and Najee Harris. These three are their whole offense. They run their offense through these three guys, and each of them could have been a Heisman finalist. Obviously, Devonta Smith is the AP Player of the Year and the Heisman favorite, and Mac Jones also is a Heisman favorite as well. All three of these guys are going to have big days if they're going to want to be able to put up points against this Notre Dame defense, and I think they will be able to, but this Notre Dame defense isn't a defense to sleep on. See, what has caused Bama trouble this season is when defenses are able to bring pressure and get to Mac Jones before he's able to get Smith or Harris in space. Notre Dame has 30 sacks on the season, which is a very good mark, and is only allowing opponents to convert on third down 29% of the time. Now, if Notre Dame wants to have success in the Rose Bowl here in the college football playoff, they're going to have to be able to limit Alabama's efficiency on third down, and they're going to be able to have to get to Mac Jones in order to not let these pass catchers get out in space. As for the other side of the ball, Alabama ranks pretty much first in the country, averaging about 50 points a game, while Notre Dame's only scoring 35 points per game. This is going to be a big problem. I think the only way Notre Dame is going to be able to stay in this game is if they can score points. But if they're going to do that, Ian Book is going to have the game of his life. Ian Book has struggled at times this year, especially against Louisville, and then against Clemson, excuse me. Don't know why I was slipping there, in the conference championship. Ian Book's going to have to play lights out football, not turn the ball over, and basically just turn this game into a shootout to see and hope his defense can get enough stops at the end. I also do think another key component is going to be Alabama's ability to run the ball. Alabama against Florida was able to run the ball really well in the first half, but when their starting center Landon Dickerson went down with a knee injury, they kind of struggled toward the end to kind of put the game away by just running the ball. Landon Dickerson was the SEC lineman, or blocker as they call it, of the year, and that's going to be a huge loss for them. He's obviously done for the year with a season-ending knee injury, if you did not know, but he's going to have a big hole that he's left on that offensive line. If that Alabama offensive line is going to want to have a good run game, their backup's going to really have to play at a high level, as Dickerson was really good as a run blocker, and in a semifinal game like this, having a new continuity issue between a quarterback and center can be problematic, as we saw in the first half of the Ohio State-Michigan State game, when Ohio State's starting center was out and Justin Fields had a lot of bad snaps. Right now, Alabama is a 20-point favorite. I do think Alabama's going to win the game because, well, they're just better. Like Notre Dame, even though they have a lot to prove, yes, coming off that terrible loss to Clemson, and yes, they are not a bad team, they're just not on Alabama's level. I think Notre Dame is going to struggle at times to move the ball because I just don't think they have enough playmakers on the outside. Obviously, Alabama's defense isn't the defense of the past that we knew to have Alabama to be, but they're still all right and good enough as it's Alabama. And I just think this offense for Alabama is going to light up this Notre Dame defense, especially if they have to rush more people. It lets all those receivers just get in space and make more plays. I don't think Alabama will cover the 20-point spread. I'll give Alabama the win at 45-31. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you're staying safe, staying healthy. Have a happy new year, and be sure to like and subscribe.